It's 7 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I know you've been talking about this interview for a while because we promoted it. There's something about the title and the premise of the next story that's going to intrigue you if you haven't already heard. Pouline Middleton is on the phone, and she has written a book called One Woman, Three Men. It's a novel about modern love and sex, and Robin will be in here in just a moment. So that, the camera just fell down, so if you're looking at the side of his picture, that's the explanation. A novel about modern love and sex based on the author's real-life story, it says on the back of the book. This is a provocative and intelligent novel about Dixie, a strong, independent woman who decides that the traditional paradigm of dating needs a revolution. Following a divorce and a breakup with a new lover, she decides that trying to get all of her needs fulfilled by a single man doesn't work in today's world. Now, that's not single as opposed to married. That just means one man. Okay. All right. So what she needs is three men. Robin.
There you go.
She needs three men. One for conversation. I'd be good at that. I do a talk show. I'd be good at conversation.
You'd be excellent.
One for sex. I'd be damn good at that one.
I imagine you are.
I just that's a natural thing.
There you go.
And one to be a handyman. I'll get
there
that.
You go.
I'll take care of that tomorrow. Thank you. Set in Copenhagen, what follows is a riveting, sexy, saucy tale about her 4-month search for three men willing to fulfill those roles. Wow. Okay, this is interesting.
Gosh.
Pouline Middleton. Good morning. I told her I wanted to be the second man, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, off the air, I told her. First thing I ever said, Pouline, I want to be the second man.
Yeah, there you go.
Good morning, Pouline. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
I'm presently in Tucson, Arizona.
Where's your accent from?
It's from Denmark. I'm originally from Denmark, but have ancestors in Britain.
See, Denmark, it's full of sexy women, isn't
it? Oh, yes.
So is this really your story, or is this a fictional thing you made up?
No, I lived like that for a while because I had a love life that was in ruins, like you just described, and I knew that I had to do something different in order to, not land in the same bad situations again. And then I made a profile on a dating site. And, when you do that, you need to answer a lot of questions about yourself.
Right.
So I was sitting there answering this and that and so on. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, well, maybe I shouldn't just have one man. Because if I have three men taking care of three different areas, then I could also find out where does it actually go wrong.
I'm with you.
Okay, all right, now hold on. All right, so the men who are reading this,
my next life.
Are they saying, okay, I'm going to apply for the one where she wants sex? Are they saying, oh gosh, she needs a handyman? Well, let me help her out.
Well, the interesting thing was that most of the answers I got in the beginning were, hey, you're very lucky because I'm a 3-in-1.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I'm a 3-in-1. Okay.
But, I said, no, in order to actually go on a date with me, you need to choose which of these three areas is most important for you.
Oh, I'd love to hear the answer.
I had expected that, 95% of the men would just say, well, sex, that's all what I care for.
Yeah,
But actually, men, it was quite difficult for a lot of men to be so frank. They were kind of, enveloping it into something else, or they were saying, okay, well, if you really put pressure on me, then it is number 2, or
right. Okay, wait a minute. Okay.
See, they think they can slip in the back door. You see,
did you learn how a man? Did this experience help you learn how a man really thinks?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And also how I think all women should be a lot more aware of that, because the communicating in this sort of secretive ways or not direct way about sex actually creates a lot of problems.
Okay, so
because
a man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if the guy said, sex is really important to me. And I want it, at regular intervals. Then the woman could say, okay, well, I want this and that at regular intervals. Oh, well, no, I'm not game for that, but I'm game for that.
Whoa. What are the this and that's that the woman wants?
Well, my experience is also from the love coaching that I've done with people since this book came out, is that for women, it's important that sort of the whole life works. They want the household to be working. They want to have good conversations where you feel each other. And then they want sex. Whereas for men, it more starts with sex. They want sex, and then we deal with the rest later on.
That's right.
And you can recognize that, Robin. Well, I'm glad.
All right. Okay. And what's wrong with that, actually? I mean, why can't you have breakfast and then get to work?
Yeah, right.
Well, I think these two different priorities actually create a lot of communication difficulties.
All right,
and I think it's too bad.
So why can't Monday be Men's Day, Tuesday be Women's Day? Every other day. This is your day, so we do sex first. Tomorrow's your day.
And
we do sex last.
Some people in Denmark live like that. There are also some people that only are together in the weekend, and then every other weekend she decides what to do. Every other weekend he decides what to do. And then from Monday to Thursday they live by them separately. So, I mean, there are many different ways of actually setting up relationship today.
I love this. I love you.
Pouline.
You're wonderful.
She's beautiful, too.
I know.
Did you see her?
I did.
All right, Pouline, let me ask you something. I want to hear about the men, or man, because there probably wasn't more than one, who wanted to be the handyman.
Well, that was what some of my girlfriends said to me. They said, you're never going to find a handyman, if you don't give him sex.
Right.
And I was like, well, let's see. And actually, I did find some handymen. There weren't a lot, but, I constantly had a candidate or two for it. And
so how did that work out?
Well, it was guys who had maybe been living in a house, and then he had moved to an apartment.
Okay.
He didn't have a relationship, and he liked using his hands. So he was like, well, I'll be happy to come, and, you serve me dinner.
Of course.
Okay, but did you hear all those words? All right. So did he live with you?
No.
Okay, so
these guys.
So the guy comes
good
over.
For you.
Were the guys ever in the same place at the same time?
No.
No.
They didn't want that. They said, well, when I come, I don't want any of the other guys to be there.
There you go.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, we got to break. We got to break, Pouline. Okay, I got to find out about the handyman guy.
Well, I did find out also with the handyman. It was...
Hold on, Pouline. Pouline, we have to take a break. I'm so sorry. So I know I don't want the break either. I don't want the break either. We'll be right back. This is fascinating stuff.
Okay,
we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Monday, times of clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm in the area, high 81 to 85. It'll be partly cloudy Monday night with a shower or thunderstorm in spots early near the coast. The low 60 inland, 67 along the coast. Tuesday, partly sunny with a shower and thunderstorm or two popping up, high 78 to 82. For Wednesday, partly sunny with an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Yes, in Italy, sales of pasta are down 25%. But you know what everybody is buying? Sushi. Essentially, researchers are discovering that our self-image gets set in high school, and no matter what happens after that, that's pretty much how we see ourselves for the rest of our lives. Drinking alcohol every day can decrease our body's ability to burn fat by almost 75%. Yikes.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, thank you. I'm done with the commercials. Okay, and let's move forward. This
Yeah,
is
okay, here
a
we
conversation I'm enjoying. Right now. Finding out about my fellow men.
Put it down again.
This is one of those conversations where you become vicarious.
Yes.
Because you're putting yourself in you're not putting yourself in the guy's position. You're putting yourself in her position, right, Robert?
That's right.
You're imagining
exactly.
what this would be like for you.
Exactly. Gonna sign up.
Oh man. If I was the handyman, I'd be so jealous. I'd be saying, come on, baby.
Yeah, but the handyman wouldn't have to talk.
What do you mean he doesn't have to talk?
No, he would just, instead of trying to convince her verbally, he would just have to show up and, just do handyman stuff around the house and kind of like, do different kind of provocative, poses.
Oh,
and flexes,
did that happen?
A visual type of thing.
Pauline, did the handyman
Yeah,
get you turned on?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, that was what they were. Their objective was that, okay, I'll come and do some handyman stuff, and then most likely she's gonna fall for me,
Right.
and
That's
then
right.
I get access to the bedroom.
Did it?
So,
That's
Did it happen?
Yeah, actually, after a year and a half, it did happen.
Good for you guys. Good for them. Good for them. So you had. Was this in Denmark or in
Visual convincing.
Arizona or Denmark? Where did this happen?
In Denmark.
I got to go to Denmark. Denmark sounds like it's fun.
Oh, it is. It's quite a lot of fun.
How did you end up in Arizona?
Well, I'm starting a book tour in the States, and
Oh.
I have relatives here, so I'm just visiting for a couple of days, and then 1st of April I start in LA.
Oh, how's it going? How are the people reacting? How are the radio guys reacting? Are they all the same as us, or are they chastising you?
Well, no, they're not. Not so far.
Oh, good.
They're all curious, and
Yeah.
some have a fun approach like you do, but some are more serious. Wanting to know, what happened?
What happened?
How did it go? And you have a daughter, and what are the consequences for
I have
her?
a daughter. Did you enjoy it, or did you? Was it all? What do they say, women? It's the marital duty. Was it your duty?
Exactly.
Now, do you think the reverse could happen? One fellow and 3 women?
Yeah, baby, that happens all the time.
Well,
we just don't write books about it.
Was that, I had a friend write a book about it, and it's called One Man, 3 Women.
He stole your idea.
he,
See, that is so bad. He shouldn't.
No.
No?
I
you-
urged him to do it.
You did?
Because, I thought it would be interesting to reverse it. But the way he defined the women's roles was that it was a woman, sexy femme fatale for sex, and a soulmate for sex, and the young wild at heart for sex.
For sex.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who cares?
We don't need 3 guys for
Well-
sex. We need 1 and then somebody else for everything else.
Ay, ay,
For
ay.
everything else, exactly.
But do they know about each other? They know about each other, right?
Yeah.
Are these guys
they
on the
were-
cover? Are these the actual guys on the cover?
No.
No.
Also because I didn't have the same 3 guys for a year and a half. I had 3 guys, and then one of the guys checked out because he figured he wasn't going to get to the bedroom. Then I got another handyman, and then the talker got to the bedroom but was not very interesting in the bedroom, so I finished it with him and got a new talker.
You finished it with
was a
him.
Good for
constant-
you.
Oh,
Good for you.
man, I'd be afraid of
my.
you. I'd
Well,
be
he
afraid of you.
wasn't very good, she said.
Look at you, though. I would be afraid of you. Let me see.
Would you?
You're oh, yes. I'd be definitely afraid of you. I mean, I'd be hot for you.
I think some of them were. Some of them were. But some of them were also quite attracted by this.
Just your accent alone would scare me. Just
Oh, would it? Oh, well, I can also be really sweet. So don't worry.
Does age play a role in this, the age of the woman and the age of the guys? I mean, can you be like in your 50s and do this, or your 20s, or do you have to wait till you're older in your 50s, or how does this work?
Well, I would have thought when I did it that you had to be at least 35 or something and have had some love experiences. But since I wrote the book, I've talked to a number of women, and they're all ages. 24, 70 years old, 50, 40. It's really, it's not as age dependent as I thought it was.
Did you fall in love with any of them?
Yeah, with a handyman in the end.
So you married him?
But no, I didn't.
You didn't?
It lasted for a couple of years, and then I went back to the model. And then after another year, I was like, okay, now I need to evaluate. And then when I evaluated my experiences, I could see that what the model had given me was that I was much more sure of what I wanted in a relationship. Earlier on, I would be very accommodating to a man. I would kind of say, okay, if you want that,
Yeah,
fine.
baby.
If you
Yeah.
want that, fine.
Okay, accommodating.
Exactly. You like
With that
huh?
Danish accent. All right.
I'm going to buy. I'm going to be in the front row of the movie house.
I want to be okay. We didn't talk about the conversation guy. Was he like Woody Allen?
He could be a cousin of Woody Allen, but he could also be a guy who knew something about a lot about a subject. I find that fascinating.
A lot about a subject. Does it have to be a subject you're interested in?
No, because if he knows a lot about it, it's always really interesting to hear about it.
What about
you
coal?
get an introduction to.
What
about what?
Coal. If coal was his area of expertise, would you have been bored to death? Like
No, I'm not. If he knows a lot and he's good at communicating it, of course, I may not spend 5 nights with him talking about that over a bottle of red wine. But, it can be a starting point where he kind of unfolds all that he knows about coal and coal production and so on. And then it will lead into other things. What is most important is that he can also listen. If he's only like the guy making sort of teaching lessons, then it doesn't work. But, if there's an exchange of information and discussion and inspiration and so on, that's great.
Did you find out you had a lot of emotional turmoil when you were keeping your diary and writing your book? Because you must have had a lot of insights as you're writing the words down. Like, is this really what I want for the rest of my life?
Well, it was actually liberating not to have to get emotionally involved. Because I said to myself, I can if I want to, but I didn't promise him anything. I said, I only promise you this role in my life, and if they wanted to step out of the role, I could just say, no, I'm not prepared for that. Whereas that was maybe a bit difficult before.
How do you screen somebody for these things? I mean, a handyman, you could say, okay, what have you done as a handyman? He could say, okay, I worked on this building and that building, and I was the superintendent, something, or whatever, the janitor. All right, he's got credentials. Well, how does the sex guy give you his credentials? I mean, how do you know that he's going to be what you want?
Well, you can't know that online. You need to meet for a drink or a cup of coffee.
Or more.
And so...
That coffee and drink never tells you anything.
It does. Within 20 seconds, you know whether you want to have sex with a guy or not.
Really?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, that's how quickly it goes. Right, Robin?
Right, exactly.
20 seconds.
Yeah, maybe 30 if there's a little, he's sending double signals. But, it's something about, we say that we actually interpret other people much more on their body language than what they're actually saying.
I'm going to be looking at my watch more often. Next time I meet a woman, I'm going to look at 20 seconds and I'm going to say, hey, what do you think? 20 seconds.
Well, it's not my... I think men are as quick as women are.
Do you have to see them, or could you just hear them? Like, could you have the dating game situation where you're actually behind a wall and you don't even see them?
No. You can have that, but that's all just preparation.
But visual is important to you, right?
Visual is important, both to men and women. We need to see that and see the body. I mean, it can be a great guy. He's talking, and then he comes out and
in
he's
20 seconds,
half the size of what you are.
You don't see
the
it.
Not the great body. Then she likes to talk, not the body when she sees him.
He's twice the size, and that's maybe too overwhelming.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well,
was there ever a time when you saw one of your 3 guys on the street and they had another woman with them that they were dating or had a relationship with? Did you ever feel jealousy?
No, I didn't feel jealousy. Because jealousy is, then you need to be emotionally involved, and in a I could sense some emotions, but I wasn't like going all in with these guys. And that was part of the experiment. I wanted to stay clear in my head so I could continuously be doing what was important to me instead of trying to live up to his expectations.
Pauline,
wow, I love you.
You've got a movie in your future. I can tell this is going to be a movie.
This is wonderful perspective.
Has the movie people contacted you yet?
Yeah, I'm in dialogue with a couple of people.
Yeah. Oh, please. This is an
I
easy.
hope to meet them.
Yeah, this is definitely more of a movie. The guy your friend who wrote the One Man, Three Women, that's not going to make any movies, because that's every movie. This is
that was in the Danish media. They wanted me in television and radio and newspaper, but they didn't really want to talk with him. They were like, that's old.
No, I don't blame them. Yeah, this is more interesting.
Well, this is going to be a very, very classy movie because it's a classy topic. You've written a classy book, and there's nothing lewd or anything about this. This is going to be really funny, and it's just really true to life. That's why I really love the book.
See, I would want to be I'm thinking about it now. I want to be the handyman. I want to be the handyman, and I never, ever, ever want sex. I just thought about this for a second.
Why?
Because I want to be friends with the other two guys.
Yeah.
I want to get together afterwards and hang out and say,
throw back a
what
couple
happened?
of beers
What happened?
and stuff. Yeah. Oh,
And then I want them to. I want them to say to me, when you see my wife, tell her I'm the handyman. I said, no problem. I'll be. No problem. You're the handyman.
Well, maybe in 10 years' time, you're gonna be the handyman for me, and then you're gonna be the lover of your wife, and then you're gonna be the talker with Robin. Who knows?
there you
The
go.
talker with the ribbon.
Of course.
This is a good book.
This is wonderful. I love
Pauline
you.
Middleton.
You are wonderful, Pauline.
She has
So insightful.
sent us a copy
you.
of the book, One Woman, Three Men. Ladies, when you call for this book, we'll put it in a brown bag. Don't worry. Nobody will know. It'll just have your name on the cover. If you want the copy that was sent to me, you can have it, but you got to tell me you want it. 622-9622.
Tell Larry you want it.
The rest of us, tell me you want me to take care of that loose bolt on your dashboard or something. Pauline, do you have a website?
Pardon?
Do you have a website?
Yes, it's called modernloveandsex.com.
I should have gone there earlier. Let me go. Modern Love and Sex.
modernloveandsex.com.
.com.
And there you can also, follow the progress of the book tour and read more. And I'm blogging there as well.
Are you blogging?
that's
Are you
wonderful.
Are you going to write about this interview?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. You were really.
It's so much fun talking to you guys.
You were very
I
sexy.
certainly
You're a
want to
sexy
do
lady.
She's beautiful.
Look at you.
Inside and out. Let me tell you, she's got good ideas.
This guy looks sad. Whoever you're talking to in this video, he looks sad. He's-
Oh, yeah. He was really sad. But he was
Pauline,
also very curious.
One Woman, Three Men. Call me if you want the copy, and the rest of us go to modernloveandsex.com. Look for the movie. It'll be out next year. I guarantee it. Pauline, thank you so much.
Excellent.
That was fun.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Thank you, Larry.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The investigation continues into last week's deadly bombings in Brussels. Police say 14 weekend raids netted 3 suspects.
There is a new report out that claims that there are 8 active suspects that is directly linked to the terror attacks both here in Brussels, in Paris, being sought across Europe.
Fox's Greg Palcott in Brussels, 35 confirmed dead from the Brussels attacks. In North Carolina, opponents have filed suit over a new state law that prohibits people from using bathrooms that don't match their biological sex and bans local towns from forming their own anti-discrimination policies. In March Madness basketball, Syracuse overcame a 16-point deficit to beat Virginia 68-62. Coach Jim Boeheim.
These guys just made some unbelievable plays, and